Hey everybody, it is Prince's Friend. One more video for the day. I'm trying to go for a record here apparently this week. For Prince Day, which was yesterday, Prince's birthday, I actually was asked to do an interview, which was really fun. I was honored to have been asked. I'd never really given an interview about my Prince channel before, so I was really excited to do that. The Q&A is actually 55 questions long, so I'm not going to go into all of it here, but I do want to kind of go over some of my favorite questions and some of the answers that I gave, and maybe go check it out on the blog that it is posted on, which is a blog called Opinionated, and this is actually a subscriber to the channel. This is her pop culture blog, and she's been covering a few different Prince topics because of Prince Day. So to get started, I think that, and this was actually a question that was on Twitter yesterday as well that I also answered, there was a big question of, for brand new people who have never gotten into Prince before, what do you introduce them with? What song do you use to introduce Prince to them? And this was kind of a tough one because there isn't one Prince, and that's actually kind of a thing. When people hear Prince, they think, oh my god, this must be really sexy and raunchy and all that stuff. But there are a lot of different Princes. His music evolved over and over again, and he was always doing something different. So my answer to that is, for my daughter, she liked electronic music, so I threw her the first few tracks of Emancipation, Disc 3, and I said have a ball. I also threw on some Hit and Run Phase 1 tracks because she really liked that sort of stuff, and that's where Prince was kind of starting to experiment with more of the electronic music that we're hearing more of today. But if somebody's really into kind of more bluesy stuff, I would probably start them off with musicology. If the person is into sexy songs, sexy R&B songs, I probably would start them off with Come. I don't think that there's any one answer. I think that's the thing. So, but it's a really good question that actually comes up quite a bit. So another question that I got was, did I feel that the constant comparison to Michael Jackson, Rick James, Jimi Hendrix, did I feel like that was detrimental to Prince's career, or do I think it helped him? My answer to that is actually very similar to an answer that Prince gave, and I hadn't even really thought about it until I had heard the interview that he gave, where he said the reason that I am compared to Jimi Hendrix is not always because of the way that I play guitar. And I think he's right. I think a lot of the time there's an idea of like this box that people need to be in, and Prince is constantly being compared to MJ and Rick James and Jimi Hendrix and all these other people, but nobody compares him to Bruce Springsteen or to David Bowie or anything like that. I mean, since he's died, I've heard a lot more people compare him to Bowie. But before then, it seems as though black artists are only allowed to be compared to other black artists. I think that that's just kind of a sad reality in our pop culture that we have right now. Another question that I got was, do I feel like Prince was underrated in any way? And yes, I think Prince was underrated for his ability to dance. The biggest musician that would get complimented on the way that he danced was Michael Jackson. But for years, I saw Michael Jackson do the same moves over and over again. That's why everybody can do a Michael Jackson impression. Everybody can do that and kick their leg. I kicked my leg, although you can't see it, it's underneath my desk. And that's not to downplay Michael Jackson and his awesomeness, but I think that Prince was always bringing something different. Yes, he had his signature moves like the split and putting the microphone under his leg and, stuff like that. Other than that, he was always trying different things in terms of moves. He had background dancers that he would do tons of choreography with. His live shows were amazing, and I think that he was definitely underrated in the dance department. So another question was, hey, a lot of people didn't like Prince's afro that he had around when he died, so what are your thoughts on that? And I was like, I didn't really know that people didn't like his afro, but honestly, and this is something you guys might find funny, but I actually grew out my hair because I saw Prince's and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And the last question that we're going to talk about here, and then I'm going to send you off to the actual interview, and there'll be a link in the description. It was, how do I think Prince would react when he saw all the love and support that he's getting after his passing? My response to that is, I think a lot of people are sad, but I think they're sad for nostalgia's sake. Most of the people that are mourning Prince are mourning an image of Prince during Purple Rain that he kind of left behind a long time ago. That's why, like, when Prince died, I heard Purple Rain and Let's Go Crazy and When Doves Cry, and everybody's like, purple this and purple that. You know, my Prince, I'm a 90s guy, so my Prince was gold. You know, I didn't hear a whole lot of people playing Lotus Flower or 3121 or Artificial Age on the radio. You know, it was pretty much the same thing. It was 1999 and it was Purple Rain, and that's pretty much what people are playing now in Prince's honor, and that's awesome, and I think everybody should honor him because he was a genius. But I think that they need to honor the complete man and not just that image from 25, 30 years ago that they have of him. They need to respect the artist that he was and the artist that he evolved into, and I think that not everybody is doing that, but I think they should. So anyway, definitely go check out Miss Opinionated's blog, and you can get the full 55-question Q&A. And if you have any other comments about not just the Q&A, but anything that I said here, come into the comments and talk here. She's also a subscriber here, so she'll likely be on there and be able to answer stuff as well. Comment, and don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and may you live to see the dawn.